Hi everyone, so I wanted to do a what's in my fridge video and just show you what I've kind of food prepped. It's not anything great, like massively big, but it's going to help obviously along the week. And yeah, my fridge isn't necessarily organised either. I'm just going to show you how it is. And yeah, you can have a little nosy and see what I've got in there. Okay, so we've actually got two fridges. I've got a little one down there, but I mainly hold drinks and meat in that one, and then this one is basically full of everything else, like dairy, fruit and veg, leftovers, that sort of thing. So yeah, my usual sort of milks and stuff. We've got our raw milk that the kids and Graham have, and I have in my tea, and then I have my coconut almond milk, which is my go-to at the moment, and then obviously maple syrup. I get this from Costco. It's amazing. It's about, I think at the moment it's about £8 in there at the moment for a litre, which is very good. So I start with the top. Okay, that doesn't look very organised, but we've got cheeses, hams this side, got marmalade, been using a lot in the morning with Alistair, and I've got my dried figs at the back, which I love snacking on. They're really good. Again, I get a big pack for about £5 from Costco. My homemade applesauce, this is the one I'm getting through. I'm nearly finished. And then I have a sort of overnight oats in there, which I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow. I've done a couple. I had one this morning. I like doing them, you know, a couple of nights before, like a Sunday night, and then you can kind of stagger them through the week. So I don't necessarily eat them every single day, but it's there ready for me to go, and usually I put berries on top and that sort of thing in the morning, just top it with fruit. Then in the middle we've got yogurts, we've got kids snacks, cheesy things, and like kids stuff, and these are really nice, these strawberry Greek style yogurts. I really enjoy the strawberry ones and the plain ones here. These are really nice to add with granola for breakfast in the morning. I've got some leftover sausages in here, great for snacking and like after school snacks. The kids have been having those. They're kind of homemade. Graham makes them obviously, and they're kind of like chipolata style, so really good. I've just put a recipe out on these, but the kids have been having these in the morning for breakfast. Excuse my fridge, it sounds like it's taking off. But yeah, these are just egg muffins, and these are really nice cold and hot. Again, great for lunches, snacks, and I've just got them in a container. I've recently made some courgette and chocolate chip muffins. I've put these in the fridge because they've got fresh ingredients like courgette in. I just want to make sure that nothing really goes off and it stays quite fresh. Again, these are really nice hot or cold. You can kind of slightly warm them. But yeah, so I will have a recipe coming up on those. They're super healthy, like kind of basically sugar free apart from the chocolate chips. So yeah, again, the kids and Graham love those, which is always a hit because Graham is definitely a fussy man when it comes to like switching up regular muffins with like healthy choices. But he loves those, so I'm really happy about that. We just got like hummus, olives, spinach at the back, just random stuff that I pick through when I'm putting like lunches together. And then in here I've got leftover broccoli. I'm actually going to have that for lunch. I did basically like a double batch, and I've just been using it gradually. Again, I quite like that randomly cold. It's really nice. Like Graham, not at all. He is not a massive fan of broccoli anyway, but he would never eat it cold. But I've been liking it with salads. I've got some leftover chicken here, which I griddled yesterday, and I've just sliced it. So I'm probably going to have a chicken broccoli sort of salad very soon for lunch. Me and Violet can share that. And then this section, I cut up loads of watermelon. That's the last of my watermelon from last week. I've got some honeydew here. Graham's more of a honeydew man. He loves honeydew, so yeah, that's there waiting, ready to use. I leave the pips in until I actually use it. Yeah, the Tupperware is like a Systema big box. I found that super handy, and I just slice it all up in there. You can see it. And then we've just got some sausage rolls and stuff for lunches. For Alistair, tomatoes. We've got cucumbers and avocados here. I need to put one out actually to just ripen up a little. That's the best thing I usually do. If they're still feeling a little bit hard, just stick them in your fruit bowl for a day and they should ripen. And then at the back here we've got some blueberries that we've been going through. I love blueberries on everything. And then I've got some frozen berries, which I kind of just put in a Tupperware and just let them defrost, and then I add them to like granolas and porridge and stuff like that in the mornings. And then I've done a fresh batch only yesterday I think it was yesterday, it might have been Monday, of homemade applesauce ready to go. And as long as you don't open them, they should stay sort of sterilised and should last quite a long time as long as you don't open them, because that's when obviously bacteria gets inside. So yeah, I will probably open this one first after this one's finished. And then in here I have my vegetables mainly. So I usually have one drawer that needs using up and then one drawer which is the fresh. So this is basically stuff from last week. Don't have a massive amount. Got some sweet potato cut up ready to go. That would be great for steaming or roasting. Some broccoli that needs using up, and then we've got some Nana's, Graham's mum grew some strawberries, so she's got some of those, and her tomatoes are already ripe and mine aren't, so she's given me some more tomatoes, which to be honest I didn't need because I've got loads, but they should be fine. And then we've got some courgette that needs using up from last week. And then on this side I've just got the fresh stuff that I bought yesterday in my food shop, so that will be used next. Yeah, so that is pretty much in my fridge. Like I said, I'm not necessarily the most organised with my fridge, it's just, you know, how it is, but I pretty much know where everything is. And obviously like this sort of section where I use for like leftovers will just end up being empty after a while because I will just use it all up. Yeah, so that is pretty much inside my fridge. I thought I'd show you in our mini fridge. So I've got a melon waiting to be used. I've got some bread rolls which we're going to use this week. This is basically meal stuff. I don't necessarily have to freeze. A lot of the time if I'm buying fresh meat I just stick it in the freezer, but because like gnocchi lasts ages anyway, but like we're using the fish tonight, the mussels will be used tomorrow, there's no point freezing them because I'm using them so quickly. But generally I've got my Pims and, you know, alcohol, and then I've been putting my potatoes in the fridge. They just last a lot longer because of the humid weather. But yeah, that is pretty much a lot of condiments here. We don't really use that much condiments. These are the main ones: salad cream and ketchup, of course, and then I have my ranch dressing here. And then I've got a backup of Greek style yogurt which I won't open until the others have gone. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this like what's in my fridge video. Let me know if you have, and I will see you all soon.